Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of LA Noire. Following the end of World War II, Cole Phelps, a USMC Pacific Campaign veteran, returns to Los Angeles, taking on work as a patrol officer of the LAPD. In 1947, working with his partner Ralph Dunn, Phelps successfully solved some murder cases. This has much impressed his superior, the captain of Homicide Department, who helps promote him to detective. Phelps first enters the traffic department, where he works alongside Stefan Bukowski on some auto theft cases. During the investigation of a car accident, Phelps uncovers Mark Bishop, a film producer's role in attempted murder. Phelps arrests him before defending him from the retaliation from some armed goons. This accomplishment makes him transferred to the Department of Homicide. With his new partner, Rusty Galloway, Phelps traces some murder cases, the victims of which are all women. They are brutally killed before their corpses are exposed, which makes the public give the killer a name, Werewolf. Though Phelps and his partner arrest some suspects, crimes of the same pattern continue. When Phelps and Galloway corner their last suspect, Mason, inside a church, they finally found that Mason is the werewolf, who has committed his crime out of hatred toward women. Mason is shot dead, but Phelps and Galloway are told by the captain that this should not be told to the press, as Mason is the brother of a powerful official of the country. Despite of this, Phelps gets his promotion to vice. Around this time, he begins falling for German lounge singer Elsa Lichtmann, and eventually has an extramarital affair with her. Unknown to him, Roy Earl, his partner in vice and a corrupted cop, used this information to help several prominent figures in the city cover up a major scandal by making Phelps a distraction for the media. In exchange for a place in a syndicate known as the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, an illegitimate development program that claims to supply housing for homecoming World War II veterans. When his adultery is exposed, Phelps becomes disgraced within LAPD. Hated by Los Angeles at large, is demoted working arson, and his wife kicks him out, leaving him to live with Elsa. Just prior to this, Phelps discovered that several Marines of his former unit had been selling morphine syringes stolen from the ship that had taken them home, which later led to most of them being assassinated by mobsters working for Mickey Cohen, who held major control of the drug trade and resented the competition. Most of the stolen drugs remained unaccounted for the time he was demoted, after which he was unable to pursue the case any further. While investigating a pair of suspicious house fires with his partner in arson, Herschel Biggs, Phelps notes a connection between them and housing company Elysian Fields, but is explicitly warned by Earl not to investigate its founder and CEO, tycoon land developer Leland Monroe. Seeking help to find the truth once he's banned from doing so, Phelps has Elsa refuse a suspiciously large Elysian insurance payout, and instead take it to his former USMC comrade, Jack Kelso, now a claims investigator for California Fire and Life Insurance Company, to prompt him into looking at the matter instead. Cole doesn't go ask himself, not just due to the legally dubious nature of a police detective outsourcing an unauthorized investigation to an outside party, but also because of their complicated and unsavory personal history from serving together in a war. Kelso quickly discovers that the development is using unsuitable building materials for the houses, which could potentially indicate an intent to quickly destroy them later. After escaping pursuit from a bevy of Monroe's goons attempting to keep him from the truth, he is given an offer by Assistant District Attorney Leonard Peterson to become a DA investigator, to which he accepts. He learns afterward that his former employer, Curtis Benson, Vice President of Fire and Life, is also involved in the SRF syndicate. Further investigation revealed that Courtney Sheldon, another corpsman of Phelps and Kelso's former unit, is one of the co-signers of Suburban Redevelopment Fund, which is founding Elysian Field all along. Though he denies it when being confronted by Kelso, Sheldon is one of the members of SRF syndicate, and he has been also involved in a former morphine case Phelps has been investigating. He gave the unsold remainder of morphine to his mentor and pop psychiatrist Helen Fontaine, who sold it on to finance the fund, and eventually murdered Sheldon with it after he began questioning the syndicate's plans. After learning all he could from investigating outside sources, and not eager to be jumped again, Kelso takes the initiative by running off the last few surviving veterans from his unit, and mounting a direct attack on Monroe's mansion. After successfully shooting his way into his office, Kelso shoots Monroe in his leg and leaves. Elsa went to see Dr. Fontaine, and after letting how much she knew about the conspiracy slip, he knocked her unconscious, intending to kill her as he had Courtney. But before he could do anything else, a man burst in and strangled him to death, kidnapping Elsa afterwards. Reaching Fontaine's surgery, Phelps deduces through all the evidence there that the fund is merely a front for an entirely different objective, to defraud the US federal government. Run by several local businessmen, dignitaries, as well as Monroe and the chief of police William Warrow, the SRF syndicate had learned the proposed route for Wichita Parkway that was to go through the Wilshire district of the city, and thus the bought land it would run through. Monroe then built communities of matchstick houses, while Far in the Life falsely claimed the land was of higher value, knowing that the government would pay whatever the land was worth in order to gain eminent domain over it. Kelso traces a man working in a pest control company who is suspected of helping Monroe to set houses on fire. After learning his hideout, Phelps and Kelso pursue him into the Los Angeles River tunnels as heavy rain begins to fall. The tunnel is already blocked by police. After fighting their way through corrupt policemen and the thugs chasing in tandem, the pair rescue Elsa and surprisingly discover the kidnapper and also the arsonist is Ira Hodgboon, a former flamethrower operator who had also served alongside Phelps, Kelso in Okinawa. He suffers from PTSD and schizophrenia after it advertently killing a vast number of civilians on Phelps' orders in the war. Kelso mercifully kills Hodgboon, putting him out of his mental anguish. With the tunnels flooding due to the heavy downpour, the group uses an open manhole to escape. Elsa and Kelso manage to get to the surface, but Phelps is swept away in a current and killed before they can put him out. With the SRF scam is exposed, several members escape justice by making a deal with the assistant DA to testify. They attend Phelps' funeral, with Earl delivering the eulogy on his memory, much to the disgust of Elsa. She leaves and is in disbelief when Kelso seemingly wants to prevent her from causing a scene.